Welcome to Transformations with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives, Soul Agreements, and the Abenda Chronicles. Grammy-nominated audios, videos, and MP3 series. You can find these MP3 series now at tarainsight.com.
And my guest today, he's not here yet quite. He's trying to get into, our system. But he is Swil Kanim, and he is an elder of the Lummi tribe, and he's a great violinist, and he's just an inspiration in the whole world. And we're doing a workshop, a retreat in Sedona on March 13th, 14th, and 15th. So he is one of the teachers there, and so we're going to all have really a great time. But he'll come in, he'll make it. He'll make it in, if nothing else, through calling in. But, so anyway, it is a new moon on February 23rd. It's going to be at 4 degrees Pisces. And that is a super spiritual time. So I would really be in the whole mood of that. You're going to pray for the month until the next new moon. The new moon is about the time of darkness and dreaming, and all ideas are born in the dark. And so it's really when you're starting to pray, you're dreaming up ideas again. And so if you need a reprieve, a little rest, it's been a restful moon. This last full moon was a fun moon, getting back into shining in the world. And so this is now, create your dreams again. And so it's giving us like a breather, even though many people are still in that 3D world of concentrating on their problems. We need to all face that to get out of our own way. We must, begin to really get into our vivacious self. We're alive. We want to experience such a great and amazing life. So anyway, that is the new moon on Sunday, 4 degrees Pisces. Very spiritual aspect, really super spiritual, super nice. One of really the most spiritual aspect of is that timing. So it's really nice. And so I hope that everybody's been having a real good year for 2020 so far. I know that it is Mercury retrograde right now. So Mercury retrograde means that we're in a time of a little bit miscommunications with others. So it's really about getting into your own as well, not feeling like you're stumbling, you're resting. Wintertime, when March 21st comes, it's going to be the light. Light starts up again until the brightest day of the year at June 21st. And so, that's the time that we really get back into the groove of things. So it's definitely to rest through winter. I mean, it's not like not to make money. It's just to know when to rest. So, put your feet up. Don't exercise too hard. Exercise some, of course. Don't think that you don't have to. But it's about planning and praying and eating good food and warm food through the northern hemispheres, because I have a lot of Australians and New Zealanders that are on my lists and who I visit and see throughout the year. So, and it's summertime for them, and so it's very hot. So they're supposed to be doing the opposite from us up here in the northern hemisphere. So, Swil Kanim has not come in yet. I'm going to text him to see what, let's see what we got. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to give him Cameron's number. So, our wonderful, amazing producer. Let's see if I got that right. Yep. So anyway, yeah. So a lot of people have been, changing jobs and changing their attitudes. A lot of clients have been coming in and wanting to change up things in their life. Work on better relationships and going for different projects in their money sphere, because it is a time where we're allowed to shine again. So we have to get into what works best for us, not what we've been doing and keep doing to where it says it hasn't worked, And so, and that's leaving the people behind, jobs behind, upsets behind, crazy things behind, instead of holding on. Because, we're tenacious with our gravity factor. We're just super tenacious. And so we hang on to things sometimes that isn't really necessary. We can actually go forward so much easier when we allow ourselves to get into the zone of really living. I do a lot of meditation. So, and I do the meditations too. I felt that, I was with someone for years that didn't practice some of the teachings. And I really like using mind programming and to effectively do what I need to every day. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. So anyway, let me just type into our producer here that, here, let's see if I have a chat. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Oh, yeah. So anyway, spring is just around the corner. And, I've been looking forward to coming back into the light too. I've been doing a lot of writing. I decided to I have a great book agent, and so I'm writing a new book. And I can take some, if anybody wants to kind of write in, and because I'll do some automatic writing on some problems. They won't all be answered, but some of them will be answered through my spirit guide Abenda. So, and everybody knows that, my books were Abenda, my spirit guide writing. What happens really is that when I channel, because I channel speaking as well now, but when I would channel Abenda, she would have somebody who loves you very much, or your spirit guide, right through my hand and tell you what was happening in your life. And so I did those letters for many, many years. And so, it gave me a lot of confidence, because she'd spell their relatives' names right, and, get their relatives and get their, their information all correct. And so, I have thousands and thousands of documented history of having my psychic ability be really, spot on with everybody. So that was really, part of that was really a great thing. So with the new book, I'll put some of that in. I'm not sure how much will go in, because I'm having, I was great friends with Jeff Stern. Jeff Stern wrote the book, Yoga, Youth, and Reincarnation. It was a New York bestseller in 1965. He was my best friend for the years that he lived upon the earth. He died in 2002. And that was how I got to Malibu, is I moved there after I met somebody. But he was my best friend for all those years, and we spent every holiday together. And then I had a baby on his birthday. Even Cheyenne was born on his birthday. And so it just was that we had just had a lot of connection, a lot of karma together. And, the baby wasn't his. It was my husband's at the time, but it was pretty great. Oh, and talking about that. Oh, do we have you, Swil?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good. We got you finally.
It was fun.
Yes. I know, really wonderful. Oh, thank you for coming to be on the show. I'm sorry that I tried to give easy instructions, but we'll go over it again so that you can do it next time.
Well, yeah, that's fine. It all worked out. I mean, it's perfect timing always.
Right. So everybody, I was giving your introduction before, but this is Swil Kanim. And so,
hi everybody.
Yeah, we're going to do a workshop a retreat. I say workshop, but it's a retreat in Sedona, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's going to be a blast.
I'm really excited.
I know. We all are too. We're just so excited. Everybody's so excited. Yeah, it's a lovely place, and it's just going to be great. So, we have some spots left. So if you want to come in, you can contact Swil Kanim. You can contact me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, an email, taraappointment@gmail.com. 2 A's, Tara Appointment. Yeah, in the middle there. But definitely can sign up for that. Oh, and the phone number is 424-781-7103. This is the number. And that my assistant will get back to you. So just make sure you leave a message. So Swil Kanim, what are you? So you're excited?
Yes.
Yes, and music is his whole life.
Yes. It's the gateway to my life. Let's put it that way.
All right. I like that.
Music helped me to change my relationship to everything. That's all.
Oh, only that.
Yeah. If I were going to put anything in the category of my life, I would put it as my wife. My wife is my life. That's been. That's a whole nother story in itself.
Well, I love your wife. She's great.
Yeah, we can talk about the healing power, and she'll be with us at the retreat as well.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah, she's going to be amazing for everyone there. Partly what I mean by my life is I remember actually saying this to Lori when we first met. Like I was like trying to give her a warning about who she was stepping into a relationship with. I said something like, I just want to warn you that music is my first love. And she just rolled her eyes. It's like, yeah, we'll see about that. And she was right in so many levels.
Right.
I was like, okay. And I remember actually, I think it was like our 7th anniversary. I said, okay, all right, you're right. You're my first love.
But it took 7 years before you sputtered it.
Well, I thought it way beforehand, but I am the egotistical man, and took me a while to actually say it out loud. But I totally am so in a peaceful bliss in my relationship with her, and I'm so thankful for her perseverance and her willingness to see me not just in the potential, but see me for where I was in my healing process, and seeing me for who I was then and who I am now. And right now she's doing amazing work as a luthier, fixing violin. And I feel like saying, I don't know if I should say this in public yet, but what she did for me, she's doing for violins, like beat up old instruments. She's repairing and restoring and making them beautiful. And
I mean, she's fantastic at it.
Oh, she's unbelievable.
I mean, she posts pictures of these, they're really broken violins. She makes them new.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
Yes. And it is a spiritual event for her. Like, she exercises her intuition, exercises everything that, like I said, what she has done for me in my relationship to the world, she does with instruments, and they come out sounding amazing. So many stories about transformation in just the work that she does in the luthier shop. Allegro Strings out of Bellingham, Washington is where she works with Dorothy Smith, the master luthier. It's been amazing to witness her powerful, beautiful hands doing the work that she does. And, I guess this all started with talking about what is my life. And I guess
I love it.
That's just an example.
It's a sample of when you're nurtured in life. I mean, you're recognizing it. You recognize her, you recognize it.
Yep.
Whereas, it just creates your life getting better and better. It's not, we all are in the world, we all have to move our bodies to progress into some area, but, we're all going forward. And, Swil Kanim and I, we met, and Lori, we met, I don't know, about 10 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago. And you always used to say, we're gonna work together. We're gonna work together. And here it is. Finally, I'm doing seminars really again this way. I do a lot of private work. I do a lot of private workshops and around the world. I do for groups and corporations, different, setups. But,
well, I mean, what is so amazing about us, quote, working together like this is that it is the perfect time. It's the perfect time for us to do this work. And the notion that it's going to be in one of the most beautiful areas in the world that I've saved my whole life to go experience in Sedona.
Have you
I have never been.
Oh my gosh!
So
then we're gonna do this.
I know.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it.
Can you imagine? I feel. Don't you feel like the plum is? Excuse me. The plum from the tree is just gonna fall into our hands and be that weighty, juicy thing. That's just what's gonna happen there. I mean, I really believe that it's gonna be an amazing experience. And I'm so thankful because I've been warned by other spiritual leaders that, okay, you be careful, right? Because you're going to be stepping into some amazing energy, and they're happy for it, and I'm happy for me that I'm stepping into this work, and it's going to be amazing. I remember when, oh my gosh, I was maybe, 28 or 29 years old, half a lifetime ago. And an elder came up to me and he said, so are you a shaman? And I said, oh, no. And he goes, I was hoping you would say that. And I said, what do you mean? And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, first sign's denial. It was like, I was hoping you would say that because that's the first sign. If you try to deny it, then when the truth is, the music has healed you, you're sharing the music with others, and it's healing them. So that's all it takes. That it's nothing more than that, and it doesn't need to be anything less than that. Allow it to happen. And so I still have that feeling in me, those thoughts in me. Oh my God, you're not a shaman. What are they going to think? Like, they think I'm all that because I'm all of that. And I guess that's part of what I'm stepping into this about in this Shaman Summit. First off, I'm thankful to be working with you in this. But secondly, I do have something to offer. And just that I'm stepping through this notion that I don't is, and I'll be able to model that for everyone that's attending. This is what it is to step through those blocks. This is what it is to step through the hindrance that we place on our own life energy. We can do that, and we can do it comfortably. We can do it with the support of those who love us, those who are concerned about us. Like, I'll be stepping through that with my wife by my side, and with Tara there, and other people who are supporting in that process, so that we all can experience the transformational power of healing and honoring one another. And it will be an amazing experience. If you're on the fence, I hope that alone is something that will take you and make you want to sign up for this.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great.
It is.
We're going to have a blast. We have a blast anyway. We're hanging out. So yeah,
I know,
invite everybody else in. It's a blast. We're going to have a great time. Learning, growing, music,
healing, healing each other. Like, it's going to be really amazing.
It is. And
from that microcosm, it's going to heal the world and the universe, and what's happening in the universe.
That's right.
It's going to be amazing.
We're of Sedona. We're going to be in that's what
I can't wait.
Where we're doing our venue.
Yes.
And it's all, like, they have great stuff, and like just all the beautiful metaphysical stuff they've collected, and books, and just the hosts, they're just incredible. So we're all going to have a blast. Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's pretty on the perfect scale. It's perfect.
Yes. On the perfect scale.
So we'll cut it off. We're going to cut it off at a certain amount when they come in. So you guys have to. If you want your spot, you better get it. Yeah.
Right.
And the people who are coming so far, oh my gosh, fantastic. We already have out of the country. We have, it's pretty fantastic. So we just have to go forward. Yeah. Back east. Actually, we have a couple from the west, but we don't have a lot from the west. We have from the east more, from the south.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So I love it. I do. And I love that Lori's doing the fixing the violins, because, she's such a nurturing person. And
for sure.
I mean, you two are just really an inspiration as a beautiful couple. And, we're coming into the hosts of the house that we're in they're a beautiful couple too. Amazing. Love them
cool.
too. Love them. So, it's pretty nice. And then who I'm staying with, they're a beautiful couple too. I'm around really beautiful, amazing couples these days. But
you have a beautiful way of recognizing and acknowledging couples. I just know. I mean, I don't know if you, I mean, because you do what you do every day, all around, but the reality or the truth is, as we're going through the world and dealing with all the doubts and all this kind of stuff, to come across your confidence and your recognition and acknowledgement of what really is helps couples to recognize that their relationship as a spiritual force alone is standing on its own. It is its own power. And you did that for Lori and I, 10-ish years ago. Like just recognizing who we were as a couple.
Thank you.
Really helps. It helps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what community is. That's that little bit of confidence, that little bit of spark that you can recognize and acknowledge in couples is really powerful.
Thank you.
You are powerful, and it's a joy to experience your presence.
I think it's because I love love. I love consistency.
Yeah.
I love people who value their lives and to step in and value each other. I mean, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, and I've been around it where people, they're so mad at each other, and it's because they value too much, maybe, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
recognize it as such, and they get hateful and crazy, and it's like no,
Mm-hmm.
Come back into the love zone. We don't always not on the same
Mm-hmm.
path, and so therefore it's really nice. It's beautiful to see, like, you two, you're such on the same path that, I mean,
Yes.
you completely enhance each other's existence. You're just beautiful that way. It is great. And you're such an incredible, light in the world just on your own. So is Lori. So it just makes this shiny. You guys are really quite shiny together.
Mm-hmm.
And now in this shiny full moon, we finally had a nice full moon, whereas all the aspects where it's shine. Let's get back into our shine. Don't be too boastful about it. Just shine, and all you out there. And so that's what that is. And then, this new moon, I was explaining to everybody before you came on, is the new moon on Sunday is the most spiritual. And so for the month, you're in the prayers of all the ideas coming back, like all of your goals, all of your childhood dreams, everything that you ever wanted, you're supposed to look at that again, because it's all about the dreams in the dark and what am I going to do upcoming that I would like to do, because spring will be right around the corner and the light comes back in, because it's all about dark and light is if you gauge your life in that way, with the seasons and with the phases of the moon and the phase of the universe, then you use it as a guide. It's a roadmap, just like our astrology is a roadmap, and I'm no Eastern and Western, but that's basically where I was studying. There's things that I long to study, like even in the middle of the night, you're saying, I used to play the piano. I really should take up the piano again. And it was like, Tara, the thing is that I became the teacher because, I've studied and I love being a student. I love learning. And that's where I value others as well. I'm a good listener. So, and I want to do what I know because it's fun. You
play piano. You play piano.
Did, yeah.
You don't anymore?
I don't really anymore. Although I do have a piano, so I should learn again. Practice.
Well, one of the things because I stopped playing for 6 years when I was in the Army.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was too rough and tough and stuff to play the violin.
Oh.
And I know.
Awful. That's awful.
It was awful.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was awful. And definitely I celebrate that notion that I overcame that. But So one of the things that I did was, I started playing piano in the chapel in between services, and because I was a chaplain's assistant in the Army first, and I played music, and I didn't know how to read music, so I just find my favorite notes, and I would create my favorite things. And then I got a violin. A friend of mine found out that I was being abusive, which is what happens when you turn your back on your calling. You try to make other people feel your feelings for you instead of owning your own life experience, which is what I did. I would try to make other people feel my feelings for me rather than own my life experience. So when he found out that I was being abusive, he flew out to Fort Dix, New Jersey with a violin, and because he found out also that I pawned my violin to pay a phone bill, and that I wasn't planning on getting it back. So he flew out to Fort Dix, New Jersey with a violin, and reminded me, this is what you've always done with your anger. Don't take it out on your wife anymore. And the mother of my daughter. So here I had this violin and muscles that weren't there before because I was, in the military, and the violin felt different. It was wrong. It just didn't fit in my body as I remembered it. And I struggled, and I played the simplest hymns, Amazing Grace and Ode to Joy. And when I got tired of playing those simple hymns, that's because it was the only sheet music around, I started making up my own tunes, my own expressions. And I ended up liking some of those pieces and played them over and over again. Next thing you know, I was a composer. So if you start playing the piano again, I want to encourage you to recognize there was a reason why you stopped. That's okay, whatever that reason is. But step into a new creative process, Tara, and start creating new music, new note combinations, new rhythms, new expressions as a gift to yourself, because you put a lot of work into playing before. And I hope that we can benefit from that someday. Maybe even you and I could improv together and do some music.
That would be fun.
My goodness, that would be. Oh,
I would say
that amazing.
Probably from that training, because I used to play for church too. I did.
Yeah.
Playing church. But so I feel that my meditations, I have a rhythm to them, and when I phrase and when I speak and when I'm and I do it every other day for a client. I'll talk for 45 minutes and never stop on whatever the meditation where I'm feeling that they need it. So there's a certain rhythm that has to come from that. And so that's probably was part of my training, really, is to be in that zone of being flowing with something, because I feel that the music speaks. And I was nominated for 2 Grammys for my meditation. Yeah, back in the 90s. So the thing is that, I didn't win, but, to be nominated, of course, for a speaking, so that flow, however that flow comes. So, piano. So it's funny that it comes up that, I probably should, just practice. And I did it again. I might not be at any sort of level, though, because I am.
Oh, you're cutting out there.
I'm
sorry.
Improvising all over the place. But, with scripts, I improvise all over the place, and speaking.
Yeah.
My speaking. scripts, meditations. I improvise, but and love to improvise, but I'm not so sure musically, because it's not where I've trained. So it's interesting that when you train yourself, you get in the flow, because you're just such an incredible, you just flow. Like, it's just a part of you. Like, I can't imagine that you struggled at one time to really find it, but I think you struggled because you were supposed to be your own composer.
Yeah.
Because
I think from the very beginning, I thought I was awesome. I was a performer, and I knew it, that it wasn't always just about the notes. It was about movement. It was about emotion, the energy behind my actions. It was about the movement. And so I thought that was awesome. And like, I would sway back and forth when I was learning how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and put my whole body into it. And it was my chance to be who I thought I was. And we'll talk about that during the retreat. But music, knowing your delivery, how you share information with me and Lori and the people around us, knowing your experience, I would absolutely adore improv with you. Just call and response kind of. I would love to be a bird in the forest singing a song with you. That would be an amazing experience. And maybe
we can practice and do some meditation you play, we can wing it that way too at the retreat. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it will be.
Another reason why to show up, folks.
Yeah, having fun. We're going to have a blast. We do know that.
Yes. Yes, we know that.
And everybody's going to make breakthroughs. It's about prayers and breakthroughs, and it's not holding on anymore to what holds us back. We have, gosh, I chose really the four of us to be north, east, south, and west, to really hold the sacred space for people in the heart of Sedona, which we already know, such sacred land. And, we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. Everybody in their zone.
I'm so excited to be working with you.
Yeah, it is fun.
And it's what I like about my excitement about working with you is that I am excited, but it's such a peaceful excitement. I am just like, of course. Of course I've gone through what I've gone through. Of course I've been able to heal from the traumas of my childhood so that I can share it with you and share the process and allow for healing to happen in this world. It's what must happen, and it's going to be an amazing experience. I cannot wait. I guess I have to wait, but I cannot.
Yeah, but it's not very far now. It's only about 3 weeks out. Yeah, because I'm already like making plans and thinking, what do I need to bring, and I'll drive over so that I can make sure that I bring stuff and whatever we want. So just remind me to bring like a sound equipment and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 20 candles if you want, anything. Product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any CDs that because the CDs are so funny now, as far as not really having CDs.
I don't know if we're going to have CDs. I think.
I don't really. I didn't even buy CDs anymore.
Yeah. I actually encourage people to.
I should
listen to the Spotify channel because, and Pandora, they pair me up with music from all over the world that sounds, like my violin playing. And what I like is that they'll mix my music in with Gregorian chants and
oh my gosh, that's
music all over. I mean, from all over, all just so not Native American violin music. It's like, so Pandora does a great job of just mixing. So I encourage people to do that. Find my music on Pandora, on my Pandora channel, or find it on Spotify, and celebrate the mix that they come up with of different artists. Some people get upset that they don't play my music enough on my channel, but I actually enjoy it a lot. I have lots of thumbs up from people I never would have heard of if it wasn't for that. So,
right. Fun. Yeah, I mean, Jason is such a great producer. We should put him on some projects with you.
Oh,
really
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's fabulous. So maybe, I'll have my professional mics and stuff, but we'll record some of it so that it can be out in the world. Yeah,
okay.
I'll talk to him about it. Yeah, because that sounds like a really good idea. I should actually write it.
Okay.
Stuff about it, because a million things to do always. But yeah, but we're only 3 weeks out.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah, I didn't know. Maybe Jason wants to drive over with me. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Because a lot of my people who follow me don't know you the way, like, what how do I introduce people to you? Like, what, you know what I mean? How do I say this is Tara?
You mean as far as like my titles that I use in the world?
No, I'm just like, where have you come from? Where have you come from, and what do you have to offer? Like, what's your bio, I guess?
Yeah, what's my bio? Well, I have we've been talking about this because I'm writing this new book, is, I'm always about personal problems and supernatural solutions.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about using not just the 3D kind of world. It's not just using that type of a decision making or solution to anything. That I love to use all the mysteries, the metaphysical mysteries, to deal with getting out of our own way. So I'm a way clearer. Yeah.
A way clearer. I love that.
Yeah, it's my priestess, pathway. Like I would say, because there's 17 different types of people in the world. I would say that you are a priest. That's what you were born to have the title in some way as a priest. So you being asked if you were a shaman, that's hilarious because, of course you're a shaman. I mean, you've always been marked that way, even when you were in the a chaplain's assistant.
Yeah.
It's just, it was for you, whether or not you fought it or not, because I fought it. I felt that I fought it. Because it was like, no. I can't really help, anybody or advise and I don't want to preach to anybody. I want to make words, if you're going to learn from me, that it's going to be easy and it's going to be enjoyable. And, we can talk about painful experiences and, there's a solution in them. And it's not just, it's not just wallowing in a pitiful state, that we can actually find our way out, because that's the key. There's keys everywhere. It's just picking up the key to find that.
I've mastered wallowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can. I mean, we've all been there. I mean, it can be bad. Our situations can be super bad. So, I mean, there's really, really sad things in the world, for sure. But with them is a gift, of course, as well. So we have to look for the gift. We can't stay in that we're there for a reason, whatever that misery was at that moment. And everybody has it, no matter what. Everybody has some kind of misery. So, it's part of the earth process, the light and the dark and the, sadness and the happiness. And, and I believe that happiness is only a concept. Happiness only happens maybe once a week, once every 10 days, that we really step into that joy of like giggling about something or being, in joy somehow. I think that we go towards contentment and fulfillment. And once we do that, then, we can have those joyful experiences, because otherwise, we're kind of going, we're yo-yoing. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, happy. It's like, that's not really the way we're supposed to live. We're not supposed to be anxious. We're not supposed to be frustrated. We're supposed to be steady, even keel. Let's move forward. But being conscious, being an awakened human being. Whereas, not everybody awakens. And that's the thing about really telling people that not to have that expectations of others, that they're going to recognize what you need, what you want, who you are. They barely know themselves or society or the world in any way. So it's okay. We're not supposed to fix everybody. We're just supposed to fix who we can and relax into enjoying everybody. Yeah. Instead of this,
I think,
looking.
One of the blessings I have in being in friendship with you is that you really have not preached at me, right? I mean, it's like, I love that. But in that, through, I mean, we don't really talk to each other all that much. And I think it's partly because you and I both go right to what needs to be said. So that we're very straightforward in that way. But I will process what you say to me for years, peacefully and kind, with gracefulness. And it's a beautiful thing to have. Like, time with Tara is eternal. Like, it will be with you for the rest of your life and be a joyous part of that. I promise you, everybody, that's a blessing. And if that is what supernatural is, that is what supernatural is. It's that kind of experience.
Well, I think that you feel that from me because, I think that we mirror each other that way. I mean, you have that magical quality too. So, I recognized it immediately when we met.
And I think that's partly because, we're real teammates in that way, right? We're working for the same thing.
Yes.
I'm not out to fix everybody either. I mean, that's not.
And we just are so sad when people just can't listen or can't get out of their own way. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend who I've worked with him musically, and this was we've kind of gone different directions, and it was strange because we went to we obviously bank at the same credit union, and I was in there depositing a check, and and he was right behind me, and he didn't say anything to me. And I was like, I turned around when I was done, and waited for him to finish his transaction, and he was like, I thought you didn't like me anymore. And I said, dude, that is so not the case, right? I mean, we've had creative differences, but my goodness, I mean, you're putting your best out there, and I appreciate that. And he was like, you really think that? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm sorry that I have miscommunicated that to you, and I'm, we may not always agree about everything, but my goodness, you're a great guy. And next thing you know, I'm giving him a ride to where he needs to go, and we continue the conversation, and in that whole thing, he was able to go back to a time in that exchange. He was able to go back to a time where he said, oh, so this is what you meant when you said this to me. Yeah. And we were able to draw it all together and wrap it all up and have it be a new friendship, a transformation of that. And we both addressed our woundedness and recognized that we were protecting our wounds with our words and our actions. And I think that's an important skill set, but it's not what needs to be when it comes to sharing our light.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah, I love that story.
Yeah.
So many people misconstrue and project what they feel that, that you are, like you don't like them or you don't.
Right.
The acceptance. Yeah,
right.
I know you easily accept. I do too. Yeah, people just are locked up in what they feel that they're, lacking in some level, or they didn't communicate what they need to at the time.
Right. Or I didn't either. I mean, that's true too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I get it. But people, you probably we're taken off of different paths because, we're all on a journey and we're not necessarily on the same paths. So we do veer off, people veer off in different directions because, we have to live what we've decided is our destiny. And, we may not like everything we've chosen for ourselves for people we meet, but we are definitely trying to get to to the better level of where we want to go. I am
exactly. I'm looking. I believe that.
I'm making concerted effort. Yeah, and I really am so fortunate that I meet. Just think we're such best friends, and we don't get to see each other that often. But when we come together, we slam together. We have so much fun, and we don't live in the same place. But gosh, we definitely were meant to know each other.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel so fortunate, really.
And I'm looking forward to the summit too, because I feel like everyone that's going to show up there is going to have that too. Like we are definitely meant to meet everyone that shows up at that summit.
Absolutely.
It's going to be so amazing because who shows up at a shaman summit? Who shows up? the right kind of people.
That's right.
The people that know the value of going to a sacred space and sharing sacred moments and making our whole life a moment.
Right, making our whole life a moment. See, you say profound things too without really thinking that you were saying anything profound. So we're making our whole life a moment. Because what it's
I guess
really,
that is profound.
That's what it's about.
Did I just say that?
You did.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
We're going to have a lot of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Anybody wants to sign up, again, Tara appointment at gmail.com is probably just the easiest. It goes straight to my assistants and,
Cool.
Yeah. So, but you can contact us too through social media. It's sometimes, sometimes I realize that, I have so many emails and so many Facebooks and so many, different things that people, need to, my assistant doesn't always check everything. And I, certainly don't, because I'm always going forward, trying to, so fast, trying to keep up with everything. Hey, so we're wrapping up. So I want everybody to be able to find Swil Kanim, swilkanim.com, SWILKANIM.com. Spotify, you can hear Swil Kanim as well. And hey, I can't wait to see you. Give Lori a big hug and kiss. Tell her I love her too. Oh. Love you guys.
That will be my pleasure to do that for you.
Right. Happy New Moon on Sunday, everybody. Lots of love.
Thank you for listening to Transformations with Tara. Tara hopes this program brings guidance and insight towards a better tomorrow. If you have any questions or inquiries, or would just like to know more about Tara Sutphen's workshops and seminars or private sessions, please visit her website now at tarainsight.com. Until next time, many blessings.
The Heart-Led Living Intuition Academy with Sue DeMay is a unique unschooling experience designed to unwind, clear, and align your intuitive channel. And the doors are open for you now. Experience unwavering faith and deep trust in your intuition as you strengthen your connection to Source.